All right, folks, we're back with a 2006 Chevrolet. It's the SSR. We don't know if it's a car or a truck. We got our wiper motor in from Cardone. And yesterday was Friday, and in an attempt to get this thing fixed, now this is one we looked at in the first part of the video where the wiper motor had a mind of its own. It wouldn't shut off. Even with the switch off, it'd run intermittently. So this is the OG motor out of the vehicle. So I got the one from Cardone. This is typically an R&R service. Send it in, they rebuild it, you send it back over. They found me a core, and here it is. It showed up, it's shiny. I plugged it in, and unfortunately it's 100 times worse than the one we have. As soon as you plug this one in, the wiper washer turns on and it empties the tank, and it runs on high. So we know that our testing is good that we did in the first part of the video. We have to be confident with that, and we know that the new quote-unquote motor is no good. So I got the guy's car all tore apart. He wants to drive it, so I had to come up with a plan B. And so my plan B was, I don't know, freak out and run like hell. Only 2 of them available that I found used in the US on car-part.com. And then I got looking, I'm thinking, this is the same as the Chevy Trailblazer. The motor is, or the circuit board is. So we called Napper, not a sponsor. We got us a Chevy Trailblazer one. Came in a big old box. And I looked at it. And what do you know? Hey, what do you know? Look at that. It looks similar. Of course, the Trailblazers, the motor housing is built into the wiper transmission. So we're going to harvest some parts. We're just going to steal the pulse board off it, or the circuit board. This has all the logic. This controls the intermittent speeds. It takes all those variable resistor inputs, thinks about it, some magic happens, and the wiper motor works. So we're going to take this one off. Do I know this one works? Yes, we do, because we just plugged it into the car. This one works lovely. So we're going to do some dissecting. Now this one, I've already got the screws loose because I had it off to have a look to see if it looked crusty or something obvious, you know, broken solder joint. But whatever it is way above my pay grade. But they do just pop right off. They are sealed with a little gasket. So we'll pop this off. And it has pins that go into the motor, because obviously it has to send power to the motor. So it has those 3 pins there that go in the motor. It looks like a couple relays on the board, transistor of some sort, and then looks like probably a variable potentiometer that probably tells it where park is, would be my guess. I don't know, but that has a peg on this half of the motor too that just, you know, hits this and spins it around town. So something in there has gone awry. So now we're going to take and pop apart our Napper motor in the same fashion, and we're just going to harvest this part off, because our motor is fine. The motor works great. It's just the logic. It's not logical. So we'll take the screws out of this. This will be our first time opening it up. It does have a fresh layer of black paint. Ooh, there she goes. Looks like the gasket is sticking to the paint. There it goes. And there it is. So this is inside our reman one. And it does sit down on these pins here. So these little things here are just where the pins come through from the male half, and then the circuit board sits on it. So just make sure it's pushed down. To take that off, you'd have to take that little ring off here. Alright, so there's that. There's inside there, blue grease instead of red. We'll put it on here, it'll mix and make purple. Put it down there. Make sure it's on the right side of the peg. It'll hit it either way, it doesn't really matter, but line that up. It does have some dowel pins in there that you line up and then push down. And then hopefully this one works, which it should. my other plan C. My plan C was to go to the salvage yard and yank one off a Trailblazer, just the pulse board, but it was downpouring rain all day. Snake these up. How many miles are on this thing?
36,000, I'll look for sure.
Yeah, so the car's only got 36, less than 40,000 on it, so there's not a lot of miles on this wiper motor itself. So we're gonna go over, we're gonna plug it in, turn the key on and see if it works now. 34,000, so we're gonna take and plug this one in. The wipers are off right now. Of course, this might have to go park. Well, maybe not. Go ahead and turn them on high. Okay, go on low. Push your wash. Okay. Of course, the washer's empty from plugging in that other motor yesterday. It emptied that tank. It wouldn't shut off till you shut the key off. Turn them off. This will be the moment of truth, because before, when you had the key or the wipers off, about every 2 or 3 seconds they'd cycle, randomly park. You know, it was just very bizarre stuff. Put them on intermittent 1. All right, intermittent 2. And then 3, 4. Give it a second here, make sure it kicks back on. Yep, it does. Go intermittent 5. This should have a small delay. Okay, go up to low. And then high. And off. Boom. We got it. You can go ahead and shut the key off, Ernie. And just like that. So that's what we had to do, but mostly want to make this video just to show you got to stick to your guns. If you know, yesterday I was starting to doubt myself a little bit. If you know that your testing method was good, because service data is wrong in this. I double checked service data. They have you testing the wrong wires. They have the wrong description written down as far as wash circuit 1 or wiper circuit 1, wiper circuit 2. Look at the diagram, come up with your plan, know your testing's right, and know, you know, just because a component's new doesn't mean it's good, or reman means it's good. None of it means it's good. Sometimes service data is wrong and everything. So we knew our test method was right. We knew what was wrong. If you work on one of these, know that you can order the wiper motor, or you can go to the salvage yard and get a pulse board for a Trailblazer, and it'll fit and everybody's good. And that's it. Hey, you're welcome. Well, there you have it, folks, the 2006 Chevrolet SSR. Is it a car? Is it a truck? Nobody really knows. You can't see me very well. I'll stand over here. They still can't see me, so whatever. Anyhow, stick to your diagnostic plan when you know what you know. When you know your testing is right, service data is wrong. You know, you get a part, it's not uncommon. You know, you get a part, it's new, it's rebuilt, something, you put it in, it's still broken, you really doubt yourself. Just know what you did is right, know that the part's bad, get another one. Or like I say, in this case, fortunately, we were able to salvage parts, you know, off that Trailblazer one, which worked out good. Who knows, maybe there's a company that makes that circuit board new. I assume there probably is, because I see Cardone had a listing on new wiper motors for Trailblazers. And I don't know, maybe that's just a new motor. I don't know. Didn't look into it too deep, just knew that. Tried to fix it on a Friday, didn't work, need to do something by Saturday. You got car shows and things like that he wants to go to. So you do what you gotta do. And why don't you do what you gotta do right down in that comment box. Leave your questions, comment, criticism, concern while you're down there, subscribe, ring that bell. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.